what in the world is happening to the real estate market these days in Las Vegas? I mean, my goodness, it's like everything turned on a dime. Well, stick around for a few moments and we'll talk about what's going on in the real estate market and see how you need to position yourself to take advantage of whatever is going on. Hi, my name is Eric Hudson. I'm a real estate agent here in the Las Vegas area, and this channel is all about living in Las Vegas, especially when you're looking to buy and sell a house. And if you ever need to reach out to me, my information is down below. Call, text, email. Most importantly, I have a calendar link down below. Get on that calendar and we can talk a few minutes about whatever you need regarding real estate. Unless you've been living under a shell lately, you already know that the real estate market has done some really strange things over the last couple of years. First of all, we had almost 2 straight years where the real estate market went up $5,000 to $10,000 every single month. And then, like magic, snap, everything turned. It didn't just fizzle out. It didn't just plateau. It just went over the top and started heading down $10,000 a month. And then when it was all over, we were almost $60,000 down from our highs. Well, guess what's happening now? It's like everyone's forgotten what happened over those 2 years and what happened over the last 8 or 9 months. Because guess what? The housing market is back. Now, I've said this before, that everything just changed all of a sudden. Everyone started going out buying houses. Well, I'm looking at it now, and it's like, what is going on? Okay, this is Eric from the future. So I just finished going through all of the houses because, before we talked about not many were available. So I just wanted to tell you what I saw today. First of all, out of 7 houses a person was interested in, only 2 were available. Okay? And by the way, one of those 2 had offers, but they were the cash offers I've been talking about lately, where all of the investors who were playing, I just graduated from the Howard Johnson School of Real Estate, so now I'm going to do a lowball offer, that's pennies on the dollar. But regardless, it had multiple offers. So here's another thing that I noticed. The new house builds. Remember I was saying those are the best deal right now because they're selling them below market value, giving you a whole bunch of incentives. Guess what? Those incentives are still there, but the market has changed again. Just like it has for resale homes, it has changed for the new build homes. Because I'm seeing right now, like one, I don't want to say which, I'll say it was Pulte. They're offering $25,000 in incentives right now to the buyer. And by the way, the houses you wanted to see at Pulte, gone. So that was Eric from the future telling you what's going on in the market. All the great houses are disappearing again. All the great houses are disappearing in a weekend again. All the great houses are having multiple offers again. It's like we can never learn our lesson and keep everything, just going on a smooth little tangent. So what prompted today's video is I'm getting ready to show someone houses tomorrow. So as part of my routine, I actually contact all of the realtors to make sure everything is still good to go. And I'll be honest, for a while, I kind of got out of that habit because houses were sitting on the market. Well, today I call and just about every house got multiple offers this weekend. What? Multiple offers over the weekend for just about every house. I'm sorry, we had one we could go see. Things just keep changing. And I know some of this has to do with interest rates have gone back down a little bit. I know a little of this has something to do with interest rates going back down. Mortgage applications are up 28%. And the jobs report came out. Now we're at the lowest unemployment level in over 50 years. Matter of fact, I don't know about where some of you are located, but here in Las Vegas, jobs are wanting for people and not people wanting for jobs. You can't go any place in Las Vegas and not have slow service. Now I'm going to go tell on myself. I went to Long John Silver the other day. It's actually part of the KFC. I just had a hankering for some lobster bites. I just saw it. I was like, oh, I want some lobster bites. So I go down there. Well, first of all, they didn't carry lobster bites here. Okay. But what was interesting is it took me, with me being one of the few people in the entire restaurant, and I don't even think they had a drive-through, 30 minutes to get my food. Don't get me off on some of these other places I've been where you go through a drive-through and you're there for an hour. Or the ones where they close at 7 p.m. on a Friday night, all because of a lack of staff. That is translating to people having jobs. Increases in the minimum wage and other people starting to pay their people even more that is getting towards a living wage is causing incomes where more people are ready to buy a house. So, those of you who bought houses during the last 6 months or so, congratulations. You probably bought that house less than the list price, but right now, that's not going to last too much longer. So if you're looking to buy, again, I've said this before in other videos, now may be the best time to buy. I said maybe a week or two ago that we have 6 weeks left. It still looks that way. And that 6 weeks is before the sellers start realizing, whoa, wait a minute. I don't have to pay someone's closing cost. Whoa, wait a minute. I don't have to take a lowball offer. Well, that's what's happening right now. They're starting to slowly realize it. And every week you're going to see fewer and fewer sellers who are going to pay those closing costs for you. So you need to get on the ball right now, get your loan in order, and you need to start getting out there to purchase a home if you're actually thinking about it this year. Because this spring, all of the numbers are looking towards it being a blowout spring like it was not last year, but 2 years ago. And if you were around for that, how bad it was, if you were a buyer. Okay, for you sellers out there, this is going to be one where you don't normally hear this from a real estate agent. I'd probably hold off about a month, because a month from now, you're going to get better prices. Now, you're not going to get back to the days, at least not for now, of people offering over the list price where you have little bidding wars and people willing to pay the difference between appraisal. That's probably going to take about 6 months or so. But at the very least, you're going to get much closer to the value that you want. Because at the very least, you'll get market value instead of people trying to lowball you. So if you're in the market to sell, use this time to beautify your house. Use this time to come up with your strategy. Use this time to make sure that you're positioned correctly. You have a month, and then we're going to enter the spring market. And once we enter that, you're going to get your money back. Trust me. Again, to the buyers, there's some sellers who may be listening to me, who may be listening to other folks. Now, you don't have to go to all the naysayers who have every single video out there that's saying the same thing. The world is about to come to an end. You know how long I've heard a world is about to come to the end? My entire time in real estate. I can remember when the median price of a house here in Las Vegas was $200,000. $200,000. You know what I'd have people telling me? Market's way too high. Way too high. It's going to crash any day. I'm sitting on the fence. Yeah, that was when the average price was $200,000. Now it's, even with the fall, it's more than double what it was. I would have people who would do things like in the middle of having multiple bidding wars and having 14 offers on a house who are qualified for $280,000. That was a time, wasn't it? Yeah, they want to keep their price under $240,000. I remember this one individual. It was so funny. They came into town from another place, and they flew in to look for houses. And every house they wanted to look at had, like 10 plus offers on it. And finally, to get to the price point they wanted, we went to some place that was kind of close to downtown, the Strip area. And the individual goes, I just see myself living in a much more affluent place than this. I was thinking, okay, you got 280, you only want to pay 240, and all the ones at 240 have multiple offers. It was so funny. They were sitting there in the truck trying to arrange their luggage before heading back to the airport. They started crying. And they went, why won't someone just give me a great deal in a great location for the house I love? All I could think was, if you had something where everybody's putting in 10 offers on it, would you cut someone a deal? So that's kind of where we're at right now. We have things changing right now. A lot of sellers are listening to the negative news out there, and that negative news is telling them that they'll never sell their house. So they're willing to give you closing costs. They're willing to cut you a break. Take advantage of that break. Matter of fact, I need to get on the horn to some folks who have been sitting on the fence and tell them they need to move right now, especially those who need a closing cost. So go ahead. You can take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, but I'm telling you, this is what's going on in the market right now. And if you want to learn more about what's going on in the market, subscribe to this channel. If you want to get a hold of me, call, text, email. As I've said before, the info is below, and there's a calendar link for you. Hope you have a wonderful day.